This is lesson 10.7, Calculating the Mean, the parent help video for grade 3 everyday math. We have 3 vocabulary words to go over at the beginning of this lesson. All of these vocabulary words refer to a set of data. So if we remember in lesson 10.6, the mean and the median, we have a set of data that we looked at here about how many animals different friends had. Okay, and we put together a graph. So this would be the set of data here for Joe, John, Sue, Bill, Billy, and Frank. And if we're trying to find the median of this set of data, we need to find the middle number. But the thing that we do first is we have to put them in order, from smallest to largest. Okay, so we'll say 5, 10, 25, 30, and 35. Okay, the middle number is going to be right here, just 25. So that would be the middle number of that data set. Alright, the average, which is the equal share of the whole set, or the mean, it's the same thing, it means average, okay, or it means an equal share of the whole set. We looked at this graph, and we looked at all of the different number of animals people had, and then what we did was we took cubes, and even though each one of these cubes represented a black square, we took it off and we made it an equal number going across for everyone so that it went up 4. Okay, and everyone would have had one more, but each one of these represented 5, so it was like having 21. Okay, so the mean was 21. Well, today we're going to look at another way to find the mean. Okay, and the way to do that is by adding all of these numbers up and then dividing by the number of numbers that we have. Okay, so if we add all these numbers up, we would say 35 plus 30 plus 25 plus 10 and plus 5. So we can just add them like this. Okay, keep your columns straight. 15, and so carry the 1. Then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it should be 105. Okay, but then what we have to do is we have to divide. We have to add and then divide. So it's, divide 105 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Since we had 5 numbers, that's what we're dividing by. Okay, and we know that 5 goes into 100 20 times. Okay, think about it, there's 20 nickels in a dollar, right? So we know 5 goes into 120 times, and then it's like having 5 pennies left over. So it would be like 21. Okay, and if we look at this, and we look at the mean that we came up with yesterday, by taking all of the blocks, putting the blocks on the chart, and then taking them off and spreading them out evenly, look, we got 21. Isn't that great? So there's 2 ways to find the mean that you've looked at so far. 2 ways to find the average. Okay, if you don't make a graph or you don't have a graph, it might just be easier, okay, to just add up all the numbers, okay, and then divide by the number of numbers that you added. This number here that you divide by, okay, 105 divided by 5, okay, comes from how many numbers you actually added up. How many numbers there actually were in that data set. Okay? So we want you guys to be able to do this. We want you to be able to add 2 and 3 digits. The Everyday Math program actually says with a calculator. Okay? We'd also like you just to be able to add them. Okay? We want you to be able to collect and organize data, so be able to get some of this kind of information about people's animals, collect this, and think about how to put it together into a graph. We've been working on that. And we want you to use graphs to answer questions and draw conclusions. So if I were to say, how many more animals does Frank have than John? Or how many more animals would Billy need to collect to have the same number as Joe? You'd be able to look at that graph and figure those kind of things out. We want you to be able to find the median and the mean of a data set. So be able to figure out these things for a set of data. As far as how you can help with this at home, any opportunity you have to look at sets of data, okay, and talk about it, any opportunity you have to use these vocabulary words, please do so. You could even just add up and divide something as simple as, I don't know, your grocery bills for the month, or how much you spent on snacks, or how much you spent on fruit, or something like that. Take the receipts, look at them, just anything you could find to add up and divide. And you can use a calculator, get some good practice with the 2 and 3 digit numbers with a calculator. As you get older especially, you can do this with your grades. Alright, if you know what your grades are ahead of time and how the teacher's grading you, you can add up all your grades and divide by that number of grades and find out what your average is. Okay, to know if you should, try to improve a little bit, or if you are working really hard. Or maybe you've already made improvement. You'll know that by calculating your grade, by trying to figure out the mean or the average that way. Basically, just any opportunity you have to use it, please do so. So this is lesson 10.7, calculating the mean, parent help video for grade 3 everyday math.